I'm Sister Jessie, and I'm here to talk to you about one of the greatest modern artists of our time. His name is Roy Lichtenstein, and he, in the 1960s, became the new face of the pop art movement. And I'm going to show you first one of his paintings entitled Wham! This work right here was inspired by the 1962 comic book panel of All American Men of War. And if you look at the comic book panel and this one right next to each other, you can see that they're almost identical. And I'm going to bring in Sister Mia to talk to us more about this lovely art. Thank you, Sister Mia, for being here today. Now, what can you tell us about this wonderful piece of art? I'll tell you all something at home, is that if you look very closely, you could see the Ben-Day dots that Roy Lichtenstein had did as a part of the pop art movement culture, which I think is very interesting. What do you think about that, Sister Mia? Now, this piece may not have much meaning because it is a replica of a comic book, but I will show you the next piece entitled Drowning Girl that I think has much more meaning, and I think it's very cultured, and I'm going to enjoy sharing it with you all. This is not the Drowning Girl I was talking about. Can we go to the Roy Lichtenstein painting, Drowning Girl? Change this, please. This is not the there we go, that's the Drowning Girl. Sister Mia, I thank you for your time. But now that we have the real Drowning Girl up here, I'd like to welcome Sister Elena to the show. Thank you for being with us, Sister Elena. Now, this is a piece by Roy Lichtenstein called Drowning Girl. Now, do you have anything you'd like to say about this piece of art?
I really like the beautiful words in this painting.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. These words here say, I do not care, I'd rather sink than call Brad for help. And I think the really interesting thing about this piece is it appears that she has cried herself into a river and says that she would rather drown than call Brad for help, which I think is Roy Lichtenstein's way of mimicking this new culture, and this dramatic, crying, miserable girl is just his way of... And you see the combination of the Ben-Day dots and the bold colours, and still following his same theme of the comic book cartoons. I hope you enjoyed Roy Lichtenstein's works as much as I did. And now, we're bringing out to the scene Sister Mia, introducing her modern artists.
Paying attention, it's time to introduce the modern artist Banksy. Now, Banksy is most popular for his graffiti style of art, which includes stenciling on concrete walls. The first art from Banksy is going to be called Remember Where You Came From. As you can see in this style of modern art, Banksy stenciled on a wall next to windows an ape-like creature similar to Neanderthals from past human times, holding a tray of fast food, typical of what you'd see today, a burger, french fries, perhaps a strawberry milkshake. I'd now like to introduce Sister Nitya. Now, this graffiti art is supposed to basically mean remember where you came from. We're not human beings that's supposed to be eating processed food like fast food, perhaps McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Boston Market, In-N-Out Burger, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, etc, etc, etc. Sister Nitya, what do you think of this painting?
I like this.
What is that supposed to even be, Banksy? From the England-based graffiti artist Banksy, it's called Everyone's Got Skeletons. As you can see in this dreadful
Adultery!
of art.
Adultery!
Shut up, Nitya. I'm sorry. Correction, Sister Nitya. Anyway, as you can see in this painting, a man and a woman were committing a very sinful act of adultery. The man and the woman were having an affair. The husband comes home and tries to look for the man that the wife was sleeping with. The title of this graffiti art is called Everyone's Got Skeletons because, of course, the wife is holding a secret. I hope you've enjoyed the art, the modern art by graffiti artist Banksy. The next modern artist to be explained will be Basquiat. Remember, commit no sins. Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior.
Hi, my name is Sister Elena, and my favorite artist is Basquiat, who is a neo-expressionist, and these are some of his famous paintings. First, I'd like to introduce Sister Nitya. So Nitya, what do you think about this painting?
Well, you know what? I just think it says so much. I love how it has like, is that a map?
I'm glad you said that because Basquiat actually based his paintings on the New York City subway system. He's a minimalist and uses politics. This piece is called Untitled, which represents the African American culture in New York City. As you can see, this represents a skull, which is also from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Farewell, Sister Nitya. This next piece, hold on, called Arm & Hammer 2 will be introduced by me and Sister Mia.
Chocolate rain.
Influenced by one of Basquiat's close friends, Andy Warhol, this picture shows an African American, not that African American, playing the saxophone because big businesses are taking over his town, as you can see with the sign Liberty painted over his face. This man is displaying his loss of liberty through music as Basquiat is displaying it through his art. I really enjoy Basquiat's art, and I think he represents what modern art is all about as well. Thank you for listening about Basquiat. Now our next painter will be Magritte. See you all in church.
Our next modern artist is Rene Magritte, known for his work in surrealism. To help me introduce Rene's work, Sister Elena. Is called The Son of Man. As you can see here, Magritte paints a man, a self-portrait actually of himself, in a bowler hat and an overcoat, with something obscuring his face. Sister Elena? Sister Elena, what can you say about this art?
He likes apples. I like apples.
See, so there's an apple covering his face, and his eye is peeking out behind it. This shows how everything we see isn't really what is there. Also, it shows that we can see a lot, but there's always something hidden by what we see, and we want to see what is hidden by what we see. This treachery of images is exactly what Magritte was trying to show. Sister Elena, are you okay? Alright. Anyway, this last piece of work we're going to show you is called The Treachery of Images by Rene Magritte. This French saying underneath this pipe says, "This is not a pipe." Magritte is highlighting the gap between words and thoughts and images and showing it in this painting. A lot of his work shows him doubling objects, repeating objects, misnaming objects, doing all these things to objects to make us doubt what we see. And that is what surrealism is all about. We hope you've enjoyed our presentations of modern art and 4 of the biggest names you can find in it. Remember, stay holy, my friends.